Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, 5th class. Today we are going to start our third topic of this unit, that is mammals. Students, mammals are the animals. This is the first category of divisioning of animal groups, that is mammals. And mammals are the animals that feed milk to its babies and has hair or fur covering most of the skin. Students, we all are mammals, mean human beings also mammal because they give birth to their babies and also have hair on their skin. So you are a mammal means human beings. An example of elephant, so is an elephant. It's a mammal because it also give birth to their babies, feed their baby, and also having hairs on their body. It's a whale, a fish. It is also a mammal. And mouse, so is the mouse. It's also a mammal. Here I am going to discuss some important characteristics, common characteristics of mammals from which we can say that this is a mammal or not. So write a question about this topic here. Question number 5 of this unit. Write the main characteristics of mammals. Please students, write this question on your notebook and mark the answer that points in circle. So the first point is they are warm-blooded. It means that they keep body temperature same. Their internal body's temperature will be same as that of external. So they are warm-blooded and can keep their body temperature same except the external temperature is changed or not. The second point is the females are able to feed their young with milk. As this is the characteristics of a mammal that animals feed milk to its babies, so they also feed their young ones and they have a mammary glands from where milk is produced. Mammary gland is a gland in woman that produces milk and young ones feed on this milk. It is a important characteristics of the mammal. And the third point is they have hair or fur. As I already explained that hair or fur is present on the mammal's body. Thin hairs or thick fur is also present, especially in polar bears. So the answer of this question is these are 2 points that I circle and underline these lines. First, they are warm-blooded. They have hair or fur. Page number 23. The question is that what is the advantages of being warm-blooded is a mammal? Warm-blooded is an advantage because it means mammals are able to active in any temperature. It means that at any temperature, the normal temperature of human body is about 37 degrees C. So animals can be active at any temperature. Even the external temperature will be increases or decreases, but the internal temperature of an animal is on average, so they are active on any temperature and any time. Having hair or fur not only provide an animals with warmth, it's not mean that the hair or fur keeps the animal warmth in cold environment, but also it can be produced camouflage. It means the way of hiding something or self or preventing ourselves from predators so that they can survive longer and can protect themselves from dangerous things or other animals that want to be eat these animals. So students, now we are going to discuss the groups of mammals, in which groups these animals or mammals are divided. Mammals are divided into 3 groups. The question is here, how many groups of mammals have? So you have to write that mammals are divided into 3 groups. First is placental mammals, second marsupial mammals, and third monotremes. 3 groups: first placental, second marsupials, and third monotremes. Now what are placental mammals? Placental mammals give birth to their young ones and when they born means they produce their young ones same as that of itself, means babies. Dear students, in this picture you can see that these are the puppies of this dog and these are same like that this mother one. This dog produced their child. And examples of placental mammals are humans, Whales, dogs, and rats are all placental mammals. The second group is marsupials. They give birth to their young ones partly developed, and young ones crawl into the mother's pouch where they feed until they have developed enough to emerge it. For example, kangaroo and koalas, opossum. These are the examples of marsupial mammals. These mammals also give birth to their young ones, but the young ones stay in their mother's pouch until they develop enough to emerge into the world. Now students, the third group is monotremes. This is the different group of first two groups because they lay eggs. When the young ones hatch after a few days, they live in their mother's pouch like marsupials. In this figure you can see that it is an animal, that is platypus, that lay eggs, and after hatching the young ones, these young ones live in their mother's pouch until they emerge into the world after development, and these are like the marsupial mammals. The example of this group is Platypus echidna living in Australia. This is the figure or picture of echidna, a spiny coated toothless animal. Students, come toward this scientific fact. The world's biggest land mammal is elephant, and it is hardly leave any footprints because its foots are so soft and spongy. Now the interesting point is that this is a bat and it is a mammal. How can it is possible? It can also fly. Do you know that? It is a mammal because it also feeds their young ones. So scientists categorize into it as a mammal. Students, activity time. You have to make a list of your own favorite animals or mammals, and please write these mammals' name in your notebooks. It's your own work. Thank you.